Hi guys, I know that some of you are looking for a better 3x3 as you get better at 3x3, and this is definitely my main worthy choice and recommendation. So today we'll look at the WRM 2021 non-maglev edition and see what the cube has packed and going for it. Out of the box, this cube is extremely fast, almost bordering too fast, so it's a nice idea if you guys have some slower loops for this. And right now we're just going to go over some basic stats of the cube. So this cube comes in a compact 55mm size compared to the regular 56mm. And despite its cheap price of only $22 on SpeedCube Shop, it is highly customizable and definitely way more economically viable compared to GAN cubes and many other cubes. So let's take a look at the magnet system. See if it will focus. There we go. So there are 5 magnet adjustment settings. It's really hard to see in real life as well as on camera, but the magnets just help the layers align. And again, the stronger the magnets is not necessarily better because each turn would therefore take more effort to move the layer, especially the slice layers, which has to move through 2 sets of magnets. And let's see, inside the core, we have a screw for just screw depth, which is very straightforward and simple, clockwise for tightening and counterclockwise for loosening, and this affects how far we can pull a layer out. And around it we have the spring compression. Spring compression is actually in charge of how easy you can pull the layer apart. So as you can see, when I'm pulling here, the cube is pulling back into its original shape. That's because the springs are pushing this layer back against my force. And this spring compression system has 9 settings, making it one of the most efficient and compact and easy to use adjustment systems I've ever seen. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I prefer this over some other cubes. Here. And again, with a cheap price of $22, we really can't go wrong with this cube. Let's go on to see what other accessories the box has included. After opening this box, here are the contents that are inside. So this is a 3x3 solving method guide. I don't believe anyone would need that when they buy this. This, however, is kind of useful. This first side of this tool pamphlet shows you how the case, which is over here, can be used as like a multi-display stand, as they call it. And on the back, there's Chinese and English for the entire adjustment system. But that's what I'll go over right now. And let's get into how to change magnet strength first. So this is what they offer you to change magnet strength with. It honestly isn't very useful because the plastic tip will just break after a few changes, so I've never actually used that. Instead, I just use a tiny flathead screwdriver here. You can literally just put that in and then start twisting and turning. I'm not going to do that because I have it on my settings right now. And here we have a screwdriver, pretty simple. It's for under the hood. There you go. This little tool, however, it's actually kind of important. This is for adjusting spring tension like this. You just twist counterclockwise. And you can also do this with your fingers, but it kind of hurts. So I like this tool. Make sure do not lose it. And lastly, these 2 things, which I know what they're for, but I don't think anyone's ever used them. They're actually for measuring your screw depth to make sure that this screw is tightened evenly on all 6 sides, because when you're setting up your cube, you have to do that to all 6 sides. But I honestly just go by pulling the sides apart and seeing how far they come apart. See, that's about even, and that's about even, and that's pretty much good enough for me. So that's the adjustment system. Again, I don't recommend using these. These give you a headache, and don't lose this one. It's really useful. As I go through this average of 5, I'm going to be voicing over and saying a few extra thoughts about this cube. So this cube is a little bit heavier than a GAN, feels a little more sturdy. I believe it's mid 70 grams, whereas GANs are around low 60 / mid 60. But yeah, it definitely has a more sturdy and higher quality feeling. Don't get me wrong, GAN is really high quality, but this just gives you more that stability and confidence inspiring weight. I don't really love it, but I don't hate it that much either. I think GAN's weight is probably a little better for my turning because I just like lighter cubes. But this wouldn't affect my decision at all since the weight is perfectly fine. And the general feeling of the cube is extremely smooth and fast. Again, I repeat, if you got some slow lubes, this is the cube to use them on. This cube, way faster than any GAN I've tried out of the box. Literally just uncontrollable. And I really had to put in a lot of weight 5 to get it to slow down. And a drop of Cosmos, which you can get on SpeedCube Shop. And I will link all the lubes and products I use to set up this cube in the description as well, so you guys can check that out. Yeah, for the rest of this, let's just watch the average of 5, which I'm quite proud of. Yes. 10.63. Yeah, this cube is absolutely possible of achieving my very best times. So, definitely a recommendation. So yeah, here are my very conclusions on this cube, and with the price of $22, it's really just an amazing cube. It can compare with any GAN. In fact, I might even get some better times on it than GANs in the future. And if you're looking for a main 3x3, go to SpeedCube Shop, get this cube, and I'll have the link in the description. Thanks, everybody.